Hi. Izuku Midori.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm in here. I'm here. Actually, hold on.
Hello,
Is this working?
hello there, Izuku Midori.
Uh, uh, uh,
It's
uh,
working.
hello there. I think it is working. All right.
It is
Oh
working,
boy.
Izuku Midori.
Well, Izuku Midoriya?
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
Izuku Midori?
Izuku Midoriya? All right.
Love this.
We'll go ahead and get started. So, hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin,
Mark.
and you're watching and are listening to episode 380 of DangIT Prodcast. We're now 380. So that means we have 20
away
more.
from 400.
Yeah, 20 away from 400. If you guys aren't like actually like watching the podcast, that's totally understandable. It's usually like podcasts for me are just like you just kind of like turn it off in the background as far as just like the visuals and you just listen in. I've been trying to reintegrate voice mod into the streams and everything like that, but it's coming with some problems on my end. Some issues, first and foremost, I guess I might as well just go off on this one, is the fact that it's so finicky. You turn it off, you close the entire application, you try to turn it back on, it doesn't work. You have to reset the entire computer for it to like stay on, and you have to keep, I guess you have to keep it on. That's essentially the main takeaway that I'm getting from it. And also, to utilize voice mod as like a whole singular thing, you gotta get rid of like any other like sources, and you have to adjust your stream deck like shortcuts to make it like apply to that one and not like your current audio input, which I have like right now, which I'd like to say I have perfected to a good point, but once I swap it over, it comes with the problem of no longer having the audio editing that I've like have in place as far as the filters and everything like that. So I had to, I guess, do I have it on? That's also the other question, is that I was still pseudo setting this up. So I'm gonna keep on going with that. But Mark, how have you been?
Been alright, thanks.
That's good. Anything that's happened this past week?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't, in hindsight, I didn't actually consider exactly until I realized what has happened. Yeah. We won't go into that. It's just I realized that like when asking that question, that's a fully loaded question I just asked you, and I was like, well, shit, I shouldn't have asked.
I'm fine, just some bullshit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been fine. Like,
Okay.
yeah, and I've been playing the Wakanda thing for Avengers because I thought I'd try it out. Gabe's trying out Avengers now too since it's free. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, I found all the shrines on Sea of Thieves. Then I did
Okay.
then I got the mission from the black market, since that's what you get after that, and got the new curse. So yeah.
All right, that's good. I've been well, honestly, I've kind of been like doing a full transition to like JRPG man myself. I do want
to.
when did I stop? Well, here I got to preface because I feel that, and when I mean feel that, this is like primarily my perspective on the matter. But when just having like an appearance or personality like on like social media and like that, you always kind of like keep in mind of, well, sometimes you don't even consider it, but some people just kind of give like a different impression of you as far as like the things you cover. So all of a sudden like you do this, even though it's something you've always been doing, just never like out like in the public space, I suppose. And they're like, what, since when did, why would you, what's all this about? So with me just kind of like going into like JRPGs like a little bit more so like on the Twitch platform, it does kind of give off the idea that like now I've become like full JRPG man. But I guess like, of course, that you shouldn't really take that like just as face value. It's really just the fact that like I like a lot of games, and it just so happens that the ones I'm covering this time is just JRPGs.
I mean, I'm not shocked. I know you love JRPGs.
Right, well, but that's because like you've gotten to know me like over the years too. So
yeah, and plus, I mean, like and plus, not only that, if you go back in the channel, you played a ton of them.
have I?
I mean, not a ton, but you've played a few, so that's how I at least know that you're somewhat interested in the genre.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. But yeah, so don't mind me. I'm just kind of like also monitoring like voice mod for now. All in the name of doing like dumb shit like this.
Mark, return to monkey.
The fuck was that?
Wait, did you hear it? Oh my god, I
It
can't.
was a weird. It was like.
Wait, can you hold on? Let me yeah. Let me try this out. Hello, Mark. Mark, return to monkey.
That was just normal.
It's normal. Son of a. Oh.
We try to get the like return to monkey.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to do. Why is it not recognizing it? So that's what I'm kind of going through right now. The thing is that it seems pretty simple, right? Like all you gotta do is just like you have voice mod open, you have Discord, and then whatchamacallit, you just make sure that your voice and audio system. Okay, yeah, no, it's playing. So the microphone should be voice mod in this case. Microphone in parentheses voice mod, and whenever I press this button on Stream Deck, it should change into the voice changer that I've selected. So you should be hearing something different now. Do you hear something different now?
Yeah, oh yeah, I heard that. It just sounded like you were in a cave.
Yeah, this is Cathedral.
Yeah, the echo.
Okay, let's try this one again.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Now you're just quiet.
Son, what the fuck? Is it just that one? Just
that one. Which one is that? Return to monkey?
It's the speechifier. It's me talking into a megaphone.
Yes, the megaphone.
Okay, that is weird. That's another weird thing about Stream Deck. Then the integration isn't like absolutely key. Let me actually go into the actual application because that has to be opened up too. Although it's showing that it is selected.
Can you hear me now? Is it going through? It just got really quiet over here.
Okay. All right. So there's some bugs, and that's totally understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable. So did you really not see that? Or I'm sorry, not see that. Did you really not hear that?
I definitely couldn't see sound waves, but yes, I definitely did not hear it.
Okay.
So I guess it doesn't really matter if I have this button held
down.
Yeah, I did not hear that at all.
How about this one?
Yeah, that I hear.
What about this one?
Yep, I hear that one.
How about this one?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. So it really is the speechifier. Like they have a personal like vendetta against the speech.
No megaphone.
No megaphone. We're keeping it quiet. I'm not even sure if you can hear this one. This is my favorite bit. Is putting some additional soundboards into it so it's a little easier to have everything here at once. One of them is something from Christoph actually. Let's see if you can hear it.
DJ Walk. Holy in the mix.
The fuck was that?
Now see, you play it again, and I got some other like background stuff like that's provided through voice mod as well.
DJ Walk. Holy in the mix.
Bruh.
I think it doubles up as desktop audio though, so that's the only issue. It'll kind of be like overlapping here and there, but it can be a fun time.
It legitimately just sounds like someone just did a voiceover of a radio opening.
Yes. Which is absolutely perfect. We got it like all set up now. So it should be fun when we get to a point where I can manage this a little bit better. But yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm working with. I honestly just kind of miss adding like additional voices here and there. It's just a lot of fun to hear it.
Hey, it's a lot of fun to mess with.
Mm-hmm. But I will go ahead and just kind of leave things like as it is. I'm not sure exactly because it shows that I'm kind of peeking here and there just using voice mod, but I think it should be okay. I think I'll just take this opportunity to just kind of go through the topics listings here now.
Oh boy, what are we starting with?
Oh boy. Well, I mean, like I got like a lot of personal stuff like down listed, but as well as like things that are happening outside. So I can go over like my stuff like real quick. I just
Do we want to start personal or do we want to start with non-personal? What do we want to start with?
We'll start personal actually. Just want to let everyone know, just as I don't know what the proper saying is, just as far as like kind of going through like updates here and there going on with the channel. But first thing that we got going on is that Miles Morales, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales episodes are finally up and they're being posted on YouTube. I don't remember if I streamed too many episodes or streamed anything of Miles Morales except for like that one time I was doing the PlayStation 5 showcase way back
I think
in
the
November.
showcase you did, I know for a fact.
If anything else, like probably not then. Moreover, I probably did more recordings just solo with Miles Morales because I just wanted to be one of those things where it's like, all right, I'm in the office at the time, I'm just ready, let's just press recording and just get through all this like episode recording. And that's just kind of like is to get around with, you know, having like chat in the back and then catering to them, but also trying to get like these episodes out like or recorded as soon as possible, which amounted to nothing because I ended up like holding off on releasing them until now. So that's a lesson learned for me. I won't do mass recordings like that and hold them off until it's all finished. So that's just that's a timing issue on my end. But otherwise episodes will be out. There's like about 21 episodes, so it's relatively short. Excuse me? Oh, Pog. You said it in a tone that was like, "Aw."
Pog.
So, man, like looking back on it, like at a certain point, like I started reviewing the recordings as just kind of like short movies of this game. So I started to like gravitate towards like editing like with that perspective. And once I finished that, I was like, damn, dude, revisiting like the story again, just like this, I think honestly, like when you watch another take or have another take on like a movie or a video game, you have like a different perspective, whether it just be like knowing what happens or just simply absorbing, like, I guess for me, it's just like the voice acting and looking further into like the motivations of the characters, because going through it the first time was definitely one of those things where I was just kind of poking fun. I had like the streamer personality trying to get as much getting made like ha-has like if possible, but then when you actually like
gamer.
Sup, you beautiful. Anyway.
What's up? Good morning, you beautiful weebs.
So seeing it the second time, and aside from listening to my own commentary, just simply taking in what the characters are actually saying, it kind of leaves you a different impression of like the entire story. I think Miles Morales' story is rather tragic, even though he's not the tragic character here. It is kind of like tragic, like of the origins, like for him, and it does help build him into like a better character. It makes him like a legitimate Spider-Man in his own right. So you definitely leave off like at the end of the game feeling that like he's very well accomplished. He may not have the same level of experience as Peter, just simply by the years of experience there, but he's definitely competent in like doing what Spider-Man can do. And yeah, I just wanted to like wrap it up with that. So we have new episodes. Speaking of which, actually, before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and just release the next episode right now, because I've been slowly just uploading them here and there. It's just knowing when to like release them, I'm always bad at now. You
don't know when to release them.
I know when to release them, but like reminding myself to actually do that is a problem, and I need to like set myself a schedule again with that. Give myself the alarm again, because unfortunately the time that I usually release them are like really bad times where it's like I'm trying to get some work done, like as far as like actual work, and other times it's just simply like me trying to prep for stream, which is like within that time frame of me releasing the episode. So, and it ends up becoming like least priority to a point where like I kind of forget about it. But the latest episode that we got released is actually the funny one. It's where you're just Miles and you just like got inside your apartment, and they do the thing where like they show the shoes and you see the Adidas branding. You're like, oh my god, dude! And then you have to look it up. You're like, ah, shit, I'll buy it. But yeah, that was a funny episode because there's quite a bit of copyright music like in that episode, so it ultimately ended up with no music audio whatsoever. Everything else has just been plain dialogue. It's almost like real life, except there is no music.
Real life.
It's like real life, except for when music actually is supposed to play. There is no music. Hey Miles,
Silence.
Miles, you got the vinyl record? Yeah, this one's a real banger. He puts it on, plays it. You don't hear anything.
Literally no sound.
Literally no sound. So when you get to the point where they have to do the montage of them like having like a nice feast, but it's all quiet instead, it's honestly like the greatest thing. We got someone in the chat. Soul Killer Gaming says hello. Hey, how's it going? We're just having our little podcast thing here going on, and yeah, the next thing I wanted to talk about, and unfortunately I was kind of in the middle of just setting up voice mod to even like change out clothing. I should probably just bring it over. It's just like in the laundry basket. But it is a new shirt that I had released just yesterday because I was waiting for like the order for it. And oh, not there. Not that.
Dunga.
Okay. So we got the Dang Gang shirt going on here. So that is something that everyone can buy right now. Actually, I just been waiting before actually releasing it for my specific like sample order just to see like how well it's going to look. And happy to report it looks great actually. So yeah, so now it's readily available. It's through Teespring, and it's something that you can actually have get a link to like in the Twitch panels below, or if you're watching on YouTube, it's the link in the description. You can pretty much just check the link tree for DangIT Productions, and you'll find like the merch link from there. So it's ready to go, and then going forward, I just have to add 2 other designs, which is the hashtag buy and the what was it? Oh, the neuron activation shirt.
Can't wait for that one.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I can't wait to show off that one. I'm super proud of like the version I ended up going with. Yeah, so more to come like for merch, but in the meantime, I only got the one here, and I should probably wash this because I just got it. Otherwise, I will never ever wear it if I keep wearing it for streams. Yeah, it's got to be done. The next thing to just kind of clear out on the personal list of things that have been going on, I should probably have grabbed the games as well at this point. But
your latest haul.
Yes, as you can probably tell, actually the shelf is now different. It's actually like a lot wider. It's actually deeper too. The angle actually doesn't really give it credit like that, but there's quite a bit of space between where you see the games and the edge of the shelf. But now I'm able to showcase like all the switches like aligned in the same type of pattern instead of stacked on top of each other. And I just recently, and it's a good thing I actually expanded the space now, because we got 2 other games that we add to the physical catalog, and that is Trails of Cold Steel 3, which now completes the 1 through 4 games for them, from like 1 and 2 being on Steam, and now 3 and 4 now on the Switch catalog. So now at some point that'll probably be streamed, but not for a while.
You gonna hold off on that one for a bit?
It's on the waiting list because currently we are going through the Tales of series like on Twitch. YouTube episodes will be posted later for that, and then after that we'll probably fit in the East series, which is 1 through 9 minus 5. And then after that, then we can do Trails of Cold Steel. It's gonna be a very long project to get through all of like 3 of those, especially if they're back to back. But I do plan on just playing games like in between them just to not like be completely drowned in all that. But also Soul Killer was asking, how are you? I love the Pokemons. I'm doing good, and thank you. I love the fact that we were able to like do some decorations for the Pokemons themselves. We got Venusaur with the shades and the little Pokeball accessory like at the very tippy top of his tree. Yeah, his tree. And then Rowlet,
his little plant.
His plant. And then Rowlet, you already know what Rowlet's doing right now.
He's chilling.
Absolutely decked out. But
Rowlet's just vibing.
He's just vibing, dude. I went back to my old like Instagram photo. I think it was to I wanted to show Phil how my setup was when we were doing the Pokemon Moon Nuzlocke. For context, we don't have a capture card, and nowadays it's kind of hard to do that or have it be a reliable source. So Phil had told me over his stream that he has a he just has like a camera rig for it, which I've done it before, so I wanted to showcase like what I've done as a crazy solution. Literally taking like a cell phone stand like this and then like taping it up onto whatever platform to keep it still, and then just try to like manhandle it with a camera like on the side here, do some commentary with the desk, like some kind of mic or like on the side right here, and just try to play like that. You're gonna sacrifice a little bit of your back for it, but at least it's rather steady. Oh, you can also just plug in the game audio into like directly into the camera as well, so that works too. But it is kind of a hassle, and it's not the best way to do it. But it's definitely a cheaper option, that's for sure. So,
Definitely cheap.
I also had, well, actually, someone else had done it. Where instead of like an actual full-fledged camera, it could just be like your like iPhone or something like that. Works too. Just still need a camera rig for it. But yeah, was there anything else I want to bring up as far as the gaming catalog? Well, maybe not the gaming catalog per se, but so far as progress, just more JRPG madness here. As I've been like doing the streams here and there, editing and whatnot, I've also been playing like Atelier Ryza 2. It's been sitting there like on my shelf since like the release date, and I finally took the plunge like a while back to play through that game, and it's definitely really enjoyable having played the first one and just already understanding mechanics like more than the average person would just walking into this game. So it's definitely one of those cases where definitely would recommend trying to play through like the first one, openly allowing yourself to get your ass whooped when the game's asking you to do it. Yes. Usually the difficulty spike happens like during the first boss, because all these like weaker enemies, you're like, okay, this is fine, I can do this. And then you notice like some issues that you'll have, and then you'll probably like either look online or check the actual help guide like in the game, and it tells you like, oh, these are the different things you can do. And it's like, oh, okay. A cool thing about the series is the fact that you're not like, you can just go through the main quest stuff, but there's definitely a lot of like side stuff that is kind of like in disguise of just having, partially in disguise of just having outside conversations like with other NPCs, other party members, some other supporting cast of characters. And it ends up in, well, I can only say this for like Ryza 2, is that when you decide to like take a break from like the boss battle to go in, collect more materials, like synthesize more stuff, there's also like some other like story quests that you can take, which will add recipes for you to synthesize even more. Later on, you add more people to your party, you learn like other mechanics now that you have like 3+ more people to your party. So after I spent like a fair like 2 hours just like doing some side stuff just casually, I went back to the boss, and it was a complete night and day difference of the experience, where it's just like you had absolute control over the entire battle, and it was just like you weren't really exerting much, or at least I wasn't. So I kind of like that type of progression where it's not really something you're really truly focused on. It's just that like, oh, well, I understand this now, so let's just go ahead and bring it into the battle next time. So I've been enjoying it, TLDR. And I don't know, it was just something about like that type of combat like in the game like actually like got my attention the first time, and it's definitely evolved quite a bit since the first like entry. So definitely recommend it. I know that they had like a publisher sale, but it's already pretty much ended, but that means that it's consistently on Steam they do have that. And as far as digital stuff, I did see that on PlayStation as well. So whenever it does come around, you could definitely go and check it out too. Though full price is also good too. Last game like that's technically in my catalog. I haven't like really played this one since I like beat it, but it's about Scarlet Nexus actually. First of all, it's on Game Pass now, so that's a huge dub. So like someone who's like played the game, beat the game, completed the game,
He's got every achievement.
Yes, absolutely recommend this one because it's just like I don't know, maybe just me like with action RPGs, but like that one's definitely worth it because like how you just like play through the game, like the story's like interesting by itself. I can't say it's like the most revolutionary thing. It's kind of one of those stories where it's like if you've seen any particular show or anime that has like that particular plot point like somewhere down the middle as you go along and you realize like everything's not how it seems, plot twist, then you kind of already know what's going to happen with this one in that type of sense.
Layers to this.
There's layers. Ogres have layers.
Ogres have layers.
But there was a couple other things. They are having a 1.04 like version update, and they also have like a DLC pack 1. Has new Bond episodes, Crush Visions for SAS, and new cosmetics. So not like a full-fledged like big like game update, whereas like there's not like additional missions here and there per se. Well, actually there are challenges I believe, but nothing like story wise that's been added in there.
The kind of expansions that we're looking for.
Yeah, I personally do want to see like more Bond episodes. I saw like the old friend like Nagi in one of them. I'm not sure Naomi's gonna show up at anywhere on a Bond episode, but it's just cool to see like those characters again, considering everything that's happened in that story. And I don't know, things like the crushing like visions for SAS is also like really nice too, because you're so used to seeing like two protagonists doing that over and over and over again. So why not give it to the other cast characters to be able to do that too, since they are pretty much pivotal. They do the friendship is power type of dynamic because of just the nature of how it is. But I'm happy that they're still adding more stuff to it, so I might jump back into it, just see what's up. Probably won't really do much else with it aside from maybe like verbally telling you like how it is. But yeah, that was the last thing on the personal side of things. Aside from, well, actually, yeah, I guess there is like technically one last like personal thing. It was about Star Wars Vision. Mark, where are you at actually for Star Wars Vision?
I haven't caught up yet, but I plan on catching up.
Okay, I just know that I have like 3 favorite episodes, and out of the 9 episodes, this one makes it kind of easy for a lot of people to kind of like consider. But it's literally like every single episode that was like the longest running episode. And I think that has something to do with just the story build up for each one. I think that's kind of like where I'm leaning towards, because like they're just top 3. Like I actually do like every single episode that they had. And but as far as like the potential of some of these shows and just like some like level quality to them because of like how lengthy like the story ended up becoming, to kind of give you this sense of a narrative and give you a reason to be connected to those characters even more. It really lied with like these somewhat longer episodes here. I think the episodes I'm referencing are like ranging from like 18 to 23 like minutes, and I don't remember exactly which ones they were, so I'm actually just gonna look it up right now just to give you guys like a list. I'll also probably do the same thing with Marvel's like What If. I just haven't finished that last episode, so that needs to be put into consideration.
I still haven't even started What If.
Honestly, like all the episodes are out now, so I think if what Gabe says is right, and like that last episode is the last episode, that's crazy to end it up on that. Okay, cool. All right, so I gotta say, for Star Wars Visions, like my top 3 episodes, jeez, honestly, I might have to just give it to like episode 5, The Ninth Jedi, as
I told
like
you it's so good.
the top place one.
It's so good.
The next one is episode 8, which is Lop and Ocho. It's just
Oh, you really like that one?
yeah, like I really like that one.
I heard about that one. I haven't watched it yet, though.
Yeah, it's like second to last there. And then last one that I liked like a lot, not just for the narrative, but I kind of also like this. Well, I guess it's also part of the narrative, the story build for it. Is actually episode 4, The Village Bride. I actually like that
Honestly,
one.
that was a really good episode.
You get like, well, I guess I'm not sure if you know about episode 7, Mark, but that's also
Isn't
like
it the one with the old man?
yeah, it's the one with the old man.
I've heard that's good.
It is really good, and it's funny too because that's also Studio Trigger.
Is it Trigger?
It is Trigger. Trigger's done
It
two
is?
Trigger's done 2 episodes. They got episode 3, which is like their staple, and then it's almost as if they're like, okay, all right, so we'll actually be serious about this. Here's our actual take on Star Wars story.
See, we wanted to be Trigger, and now we're gonna be getting to serious mode.
Okay, we'll like pay some serious homage, and it ends up being a really good one, like a really really good one. I also liked episode 6 as well.
The kind of Astro Boy-esque kind of one.
Yeah, and I think it's simply because it reminds me of Astro Boy. His name is legitimately Toby.
It is. His name is Toby.
I was like, oh my god, dude.
Because it's Tobi. It's like
Yeah.
T-O-B-I.
Man, dude,
Toby.
like as far as this trailers, I recognized that like the character model immediately, but it was one of those cases where watching the episode I was like, oh shit, this is Astro Boy.
Astro Boy.
And episode 9, I did like, but it also takes like a different turn from like all the other episodes, because you know how like each episode kind of has like, it gives off like kind of a hopeful like ending to it, or at least
This one's like depression.
it's pretty dark, this one.
Well, that's naturally to be expected, like, especially in a tale of dark versus light. Not all of the episodes of Star Wars ended in a hopeful manner. I mean, just look at the end of Return or The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I guess technically speaking it's in the name too.
Empire Strikes Back, or even Return of the Sith, both not good endings.
Sorry, when you gave the full name for Empire Strikes Back, I immediately replaced strikes with claps.
Empire claps back.
Empire claps back.
I want to see someone just work it into the actual original poster in the same font.
I will say the first episode is also like really really good as far as just like the visual effects and just the idea, the concept
The
that
first
they
one is
had.
really fucking good.
Yeah.
I like the grainy samurai style is really cool.
I also just like that lightsaber adapters a lot.
Yeah, the one where she puts it on it and it just swings around. It's pretty
It's
cool.
like it's an umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit, this is cooler than it needs to be.
I like that it's an attachment.
It is, yeah. And then you can like just take it off
It's like
whenever
not
you need
just
to.
It's not just her lightsaber. It's like her lightsaber is simple. It's just an attachment that she added onto it
Yeah, and
that you can remove at any time.
And I guess technically speaking, that one, though hopeful as it is, it's also kind of like has a bit of like background as far as like the main character there not being as good as he is, per se.
I think the vibe he gives me the vibe these haven't been around in the canon that Disney has had for for the most part, but they did exist before. That would be a light Sith.
The light Sith.
Well, it's because there's Jedi and there's Sith, but there's also dark Jedi, and there's, yes, that did exist that were light Sith, who are basically... Light Sith were definitely a lot nicer than your average Sith, because they actually embraced the light, not just the dark. Same with the dark Jedi, they embraced the dark, but they would usually tend to be more violent, more aggressive. It's more like the light Sith were Sith you might be able to get along with them, whereas with dark Jedi, a lot of them were not very nice.
Where does Mace Windu align?
Mace Windu, he was a Jedi through and through, but his style of fighting that he invented it did involve not being afraid of the dark side and using it.
All right, fair enough.
Like he was very unique in that aspect.
Okay, he's kind of like in between Jedi and dark Jedi. He's definitely a Jedi. It's just the fact of he's a Jedi who does not fear the dark side and used it to increase his fighting style. That's why he was such a great duelist. And Yoda's over here like, all right, you're part of the council. Get your hands dirty, yes?
Get your hand dirty, yes?
Join the council, you will.
Clap cheeks, you may.
Excuse me?
Clap cheeks.
Clap back, the Empire will.
Clap back, the Empire will. Prepare, we must.
Prepare, we must. I also really loved the twins episode, despite how very trigger it is.
Like, you saw what I meant, right? It's not bad.
It's not bad,
like,
no.
You just see it and you're like, wait a minute, they can't breathe in space in Star Wars.
They cannot. They also... Well, it is really weird. It's a very strange episode, but once you turn your brain off, it's just so nice to look at.
I think you just have to accept that it's trigger.
Yes. Which is, like, as I was saying, episode 7, like, trigger, right? That's a lot more grounded. And I actually ended up liking the episode a lot more for it because the characters in that one, albeit there's only like 3 characters that you're really analyzing. The Elder, our Padawan, and then the Master have very unique personalities that really kind of like stand out to each other. But the
old man looks so fucking terrifying.
Oh, he's very terrifying.
Just those dark eyes.
Yeah, he's bad news.
What about what episode would you say the best lightsaber choreography?
The best lightsaber choreography. Well, I think it really does go.
5, I think it's pretty hard.
I was gonna say like 5 kind of like really does it, just overall, because they kind of show like every single aspect of what could be in a lightsaber like or a Jedi encounter, which is of course like the traditional like standoff between like one and the other. They also have the one where it's like 2-on-1, and then they also have like the one that kind of goes like out of left field where it was the girl, right? And she's actually like running on the frozen lake against like someone like riding towards her. So like those types of things.
Hunters.
Yes.
And then you saw her like do the wind up.
Yeah.
Deflect, wind up. Shing.
Mm-hmm. Also, I love like the little plot twist that they did with that one. It's like, oh, no way! Oh no!
I know, like you see them all get their lightsabers, all red. You're like, oh.
and then you realize that like our dude over there is like, he gave himself away without even knowing.
I know, he's like, his is blue. He's like, it's a good thing he's the one who did it. Otherwise, they would have been caught. That's what they were thinking. They're probably like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God, because I was wondering like, obviously like we see lightsabers as like kind of like an iconic thing about Star Wars, and so looking at this group of like lost Jedi, quote unquote, you wonder like if they're that greedy about it. Some of them are just saying that like, oh, we're just here to investigate like if this guy's legit or not, but others also kind of give off that vibe of like, I kind of want a lightsaber too.
You're here for something.
What's interesting though is that the girl character has like a lot of experience under her belt already, and it just shows like her being able to ward off like the Sith at that point, and it's just.
I get the vibe her dad wasn't just a sabersmith.
Maybe, yeah. Honestly, like from what I
deflected a blaster bolt with his hand.
Hmm.
That's why I was like, did he just use the Force?
This is fair. Yeah.
Not only that, but Juro seemed to know that he seemed to know her, so I imagine maybe he trained her a little bit.
Alrighty. No, that kind of makes sense. I think it's one of those things where like, as everyone like has been saying, like if they really did elaborate on like this series, like this particular like story arc, then we would have learned a lot more context about like her training and everything like that, because
especially because this takes place after Rise of Skywalker.
It does, yeah. And you know what? I have to say like one last thing, and that's I feel so bad for our main dude. I mean, he's pretty much like the greenest person like right there.
Nicest guy.
Nice as Mr. Nice Guy, but he could barely hold his own. And I just feel bad. I feel so bad for him.
I also really loved how they actually incorporated the whole, because you don't see it. We've heard it's in Star Wars, but we've never seen it so applied, which is the way your connection with the Force affects the lightsaber color. Like we saw that when he pulled the red lightsaber from one of them and he touched it, it turned green. That was that was really cool to see.
Did you also notice one of the Sith? Well, apparently he was a Jedi a little far more influenced by it after like a good amount of time, just like doing that.
Dark side.
Yeah, and
went from red to purple.
Yeah, it was kind of like a smash cut too, because for everyone else it was all red. For him, it was also red. But then at a certain point, like near the end of the fight, right as he kind of like beat the kid or like our dude, it was purple, and I was like, is that a color? Like, and then the whole fight was called off.
He apologized because he let the dark side go over him.
But
he came to his senses.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, like we could definitely talk a lot about like episode 5 like by itself, but ultimately all I wanted to say was that Visions has been really a joy to see all these what if scenarios, and to really think about them as like these are all these different tales that could have existed like within like that universe, and you just wouldn't have known.
Like Ronin got a spin-off novel.
I mean, that's super cool. I could totally see it.
And a lot of people like episode 5, so I think they might do something with it.
I hope so. I mean, like, I think whoever, like, I think maybe Disney would have to like get in contact with that studio and be like, "Hey, can you do us a solid?" Oh shit, that's why.
Yeah, they gotta get in contact with Productions IG.
And they'd be like, "Hey, can you?" I think we'd stumble upon something, and maybe trigger while you're at it. I'm kind of curious about the twins now.
Yep, and I actually really did I like what you said. Like with episode 4, I really did enjoy that. I really did enjoy her character. She seemed like an interesting Jedi.
Well, like aside from like, well, first and foremost, her character design is like so top, like right there. It's just so good.
Oh yeah.
What I really liked about it was that it took its sweet time, like just building up to the conflict. It just showed like this very beautiful like planet, and honestly, it wasn't even really that much focused on her. It was more over like the two ascending up the mountain, having their whole tradition, and them just kind of like our other characters like actually just kind of listening in on understanding like what the problem is what's happening, without outright showing everything from the past. So when it came to the conflict, there was something about like our main character that she had to like get past and finally find the resolve to help resolve their issue.
Yep, well, I mean, her master had roots on the planet.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I don't know what happened. Like, well, I already know what happened too. Like the person supporting her, he just stayed on the island. So, or
I think
planet.
he was a native.
Maybe, yeah, that makes sense.
He might have been a native.
He just seemed like he seemed to stand off like from like the entire like other group. Maybe he like is from that planet and just has like a different settlement elsewhere, and that could be a case. But yeah, she's definitely from off planet. So
Sorry, she's definitely not from there.
yeah, I like that it was a situation where like it kind of focused on like a group of a community that is very like based on tradition of kind of giving to the planet in order for them to like thrive. And then some, like, of course, the Empire always is the pivotal thing, like, about each and every episode. And so their thing here is just simply, I guess, I forget what it was exactly. They just usually have, like, a representative, like, that they take and probably do evil things. But, yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's my only thing about Star Wars Visions. Ultimately, it's been really good, and I'm glad that they went through with this, and hopefully they will make some like spin-offs with that.
I mean, honestly, I hope they decide to make more of these.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess I have a couple other things here. I did talk about this yesterday. It was about Monster Hunter, right? Tokyo Game Show happened. I'm not sure if it's still happening, but they had a pretty early morning like release of like events and such. One of them was Monster Hunter. They announced they released the PC version. They also showed off Rise's like additional content, Sunbreak, and that includes the crab.
There's only been 3 crabs in Monster Hunter, and none of them have been in Gen 5. This is the first time they've been introduced in Gen 5. That means a whole new classification of monster just got reintroduced.
Nice. Well, you know what? I like what they're going with this one. It's a Shogun like thing. I forget what it's called.
Shogun Centaura.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And based on that naming, the possible armor they can give you is going to be kind of crazy.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. They also have a survey that kind of talks about like your experience watching like this. At the time, I didn't.
Make you watch these more often. More monster reveals and more gameplay feature reveals.
Pretty much. It's like
I guarantee you that's at least 90% of the fucking surveys they're gonna get.
just bring us the Fatalis challenge.
Just show us the whole game.
Just show us everything. Show us the entire deck they got.
Honestly, some people would say, well, that's going to ruin any surprise. But I was like, honestly, if you show me everything up front, like just all the monsters that are going to be in it, that might encourage me to buy it more.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too, because I think it's pretty packed as it is. But of course, they have like a lot of monsters from previous games. Obviously, Valtrax was one of those returning back.
Cool.
The fighter jet, but they also have like in their pockets like the largest like monsters out there.
Oh yeah, they got a bunch of big boys.
They got a lot of big boys. One of them I remember is one that you can't even beat. You just whittle away its health to a certain point. It's like, all right, you're all right, and you finish the quest.
Pretty much. You do that for a lot of them.
Bruh.
A lot of the biggest ones. You know how hard it'd be to bring that shit down?
They do have a lot, and it's just crazy that they have like other new designs coming in. So even though they have like a lot of old returning like folks showing up, they have new ones.
More coming.
They have like new ones coming in for DLC. So it's like that's crazy, dude. And then they have the Steam edition.
Right, and I always find it very interesting when they introduce new monsters, like not just the returning ones, which are cool, like, and they give them new moves and new mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's really cool to see when they add new monsters. It's like, what was their inspiration? Like, what do they look like? How do they fight? It's all gonna be completely different from anything you've hunted before.
This is true. Seeing how like the existing Monster Hunter Rise monsters came about, some were like obviously almost like a 1-to-1 direct transition to like the game, but other ones were like more conceptual, and you just have to put like an animal like face to it. Like Teostra was like a little bit more like, all right, well,
Up
he can
your ass the whole time.
I mean, like he represents hell, right? So we gotta do that. And so the translation to Teostra from this yokai spirit had to be like definitely like managed a little bit. And now
He's
you got
legitimately King Yema
yes.
from Dragon Ball Mahogany.
I'm pretty sure that's not how it is. But yes.
Like, dude, the yokai he's even based off of looks like King Yema.
It's true.
He's red and's got the black beard.
I mean that
Like,
yeah.
It's straight up King Yema.
But yeah, like aside from King Yema and Teostra, it's kind of like that type of process where like you see obvious like translations from yokai to like the actual monster to a little bit more abstract like ideas or spirits, and now given like monster forms. I like just seeing like quite a bit of it. I'm kind of curious about our soap water monster.
Soap water?
I forget what it's called. Don't blame me. It starts with the M. Starts with an M. I'm pretty sure.
Was this in Rise?
Yes, it is in Rise. Not an elder, I don't believe. It's just like a relatively stronger one that like gives off bubbles that put you to sleep.
Oh, Mizitsune.
Yes.
One of the Fated Four.
So
Yeah, the Fated Four, they've been trying to bring the Fated Four back together for a while, but the Fated Four is Mizitsune, Glavius, Gamoth, and then there's one more. Whose name I can't really remember. It's the electric one.
is it the electric one? Like the one that I'm thinking of? Zenogre?
Nah, it's not Zenogre.
Okay.
It's got wings.
Oh, okay.
I would definitely be down to hunt Gamoth.
Zenogre with wings?
Zenogre is such a fucking cool monster.
Yeah, he's kind of like a favorite now.
Electric pupper.
The electric pupper. Honestly, like if I had the RPG like Wings of Ruin, I probably would have just had like Zenogre. I would probably like actively seek out Zenogre.
Get the Zenogre egg.
Yeah, I should. I just been holding off because I know that like that's, I think it's still a fairly like full price game. Like at that point, I was like, oh, ooh, yeah, I'll just wait for a little bit. I know Capcom games will eventually go down.
Wait for a Black Friday sale.
No, that's true. Yeah, I'll have to look for that. That also has a Steam edition, which is weird because that was almost like simultaneously. But with Rise, it's definitely like, keep it to Switch.
Needed more time.
Yeah, maybe they just need more time. It's coming out in January, or was it March? I think it was January. January 2022. Which actually, yeah, it's not a full year actually. So
it'll be here within like 3 or 4 months. I think.
Yeah, that's not too like bad of a wait, considering that like it really was a game that released earlier this year, and they just been adding like a couple other DLCs here and there. But yeah, it's just less than a year for us, like the Steam release, and I'm just gonna be here saying like, you know, it's at least it's better than some other console exclusives. There's one in particular that I won't really say in front of Mark because I feel that pain. I feel that pain a lot. Anyway.
Sorry, went to another quick.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. It's good. It's good. I was gonna say, what was it? Like, hey, listen, like the Steam version came out like, or will come out like in a couple months, and won't even be like a full year. It's a lot better than a certain track record of like another console exclusive game, which I will not outright say in front of Mark, because I know that pain. I know that pain very well.
I dare you bring up Final Fantasy VII Remake.
I didn't say that. I mean, you said that.
You implied it.
I implied it. Doesn't mean I said it.
Might as well have said it.
Voice breaks down. Palms sweating, mom spaghetti. Anyway, so about Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl coming out really soon. Like very soon. Cool. Toph just got announced today. I haven't had time to even watch a trailer of that. I was like, damn, dude. Like the
last 3 slots are all Avatar.
My God. I mean, they kind of deserve it.
I mean, not wrong, but
So, Aang, Korra, and Toph, and
no Zuko.
I don't think we're gonna get Zuko until like maybe DLC. I think
We need Sokka. We need Sokka because we need our Link.
yes. Honestly, like I can imagine like both Zuko and like Sokka entering in, and they can literally wrap it up like that. They could add Suki. They could add Suki and it could work. But
Sokka would literally play just like Link.
yeah, would he have a bomb though? I don't think so. He could though.
Boomerang.
He just has a boomerang. That's it.
Boomerang, the sword.
The sword, yeah, the sword. I think that's all he really has per se, but he can definitely do some crazy stuff like with just those two alone. Soul King, we're talking about Nickelodeon All-Star, but that also extends to Avatar as well. We were talking about how Toph just got announced today, and she is the last like fighter like in Nickelodeon All-Stars before they release. Yeah, in the base game. They will probably release DLC after this. It's just crazy just seeing all this and knowing that they know exactly what they're doing. Everyone knows exactly.
Smash is ending.
They know Smash is ending. They literally I mean, this could be a Sakurai move, but he's having his last like presentation / like how to play of this new DLC fighter on the 5th, the same day that Nickelodeon All-Stars comes out.
Dude, I'm just saying right now. Well, it's my name, and I'm just saying. But I think, could you imagine, like, what are you going to say if Sakurai calls shenanigans and he just says, "You realize this is going to be the last one, psych"?
I mean, at that point, like, I think that's like hyperextending and wishful thinking. I could not tell you how to read Sakurai at this point.
I mean, he did it the last time.
Wait, when was the last time he did exactly that?
I think it was like the first pass. After this, he's like, "That's it. After this, no more fighters."
Huh, okay. Well, I don't know, like, obviously Nintendo kind of has like a little bit of a history of just saying like certain things, but it's skewed in a way where like you see it as like, okay, this is the last thing, or like this is definitely not confirmed, and then literally like a week later it's like, oh well, here's this.
I mean, remember how the creator, or how Greg Miles, creator of Banjo-Kazooie, said like, "No, I've been approached by Nintendo to have them in the game." He's in the game, and he's just like, "Hey."
Remember when I think it was Way Forward, they were talking about Sean, like, or it could have been like Shantae's like actual Twitter, but it was like, "See you in Smash," and it's like, what does that mean? I mean, eventually, yeah, just not how you would expect it.
I mean, Steve getting in Smash, it felt like an inevitability that none of us wanted to accept.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, what was it? Oh yeah, Soul Killer, or yeah, I said Soul King. Soul Killer says, does Cartoon Network have a Brawl game too? Not that I remember.
They have in the past, but nothing recently.
Nothing recently, no. I couldn't even tell you what that last game was.
Like, I know for a fact they've had something like that in the past.
I just know that Nickelodeon has also had like crossover like games as well, where like all these different like franchises came together and just try to make a coherent story.
Nicktoons Unite.
I think it was that.
I know, I had it for my GameCube.
Okay, thank you. So I'll just call you based on Soul. It's just yeah. Again, going back to it, it's crazy that like Nickelodeon is they're pulling this shit. They're just, well, I mean, it's not just Nickelodeon, but just like the development team behind this is just, they know it, and they're doing.
They're the guys that made Slap City.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that?
They're the guys who made Slap City.
I'm gonna need more context on that.
The Smash-like game that was hugely popular.
Does not ring a bell.
Justin's been sleeping.
I guess I have. I'm looking at the images right now. I'm like, the fuck is this? I've never seen this.
It was very popular.
It was also on. It was on Switch. What the fuck?
Slap City? Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It's like I've been born again. I was today years old. when I heard about
Hey,
Slap City.
Because Slap City did smash like so well, and then they had to stop the game. Now Nickelodeon hired them. They're like, hey, can you do it again?
Apparently, it came out March 2018. Oh my god.
You've been asleep for 3 years.
I'm today years old. Wake up, Link. There's a Slap City game. The what? The what?
Yeah, I know that. I know Alpha Rad played it.
Maybe I came across it or something like that. Because if you're talking about Alpha Rad, then I'm like, maybe that was a video I've seen, not like watch, but just seen thumbnail of, and chose not to watch it.
Yeah, I know Alpha Rad messed with it for a bit. Like I know that he did play it.
Soul's also asking about other games that like we play. So I just had like a whole topic of JRPGs, but otherwise, other than that, action, adventure, platformers, it's kind of like a little bit more like on that side of things.
I play a lot of shit.
That's also the case too. Yeah.
Like, for instance, right now I'm playing the Halo Infinite Insider thing. So you already know I like shooters, but I also like fighting games. I also like open world games. I've played a couple of strategy games, not a lot though. I've played a couple of platformers. I dabble a little bit in everything, pretty much.
I'm kind of somewhat the same, maybe less, because I do play some like first person shooters or third person. I play some fighting games, but I can't say it's like that's like the bread and butter. I like strategy. Like I like strategy, but like I have not really been into like RTS types of games. So anything that's just turn based, then like okay, but anything real time's like, I haven't done that.
So like anything, so nothing from you probably haven't played any of the games from like say Paradox Interactive.
I guess not. I don't even. I don't.
They make things like Crusader Kings. They make Stellaris. They make Hearts of Iron.
Well, I've heard the latter two for sure. But yeah, no, I've actually never like touched any of those games though.
Yeah, like I've played Stellaris and I've tried Hearts of Iron. Hearts of Iron's hard. Stellaris I was able to get the hang of. I got a friend who likes fucking Hearts of Iron.
Oh, Soul's asking, how's DangIT Productions? I ran into your channel because you did reactions to Vanos Gaming. It was kind of hard to find your channel. Oh, really?
Oh, callback.
That is a callback, yeah. Channel's fine. Less attention towards it per se, but otherwise it's still relatively consistent uploads here and there. As far as the sub count, I don't even care at this point. Right now, that's not something I should focus on, so I'm going to just continue to not focus on that. It's just going to be a place where I'm just posting things I like, and that's good. For now. What would you classify Monster Hunter as a genre?
Monster Hunter as a genre? That's a good question, actually.
It probably is technically RPG-esque in a way.
It's funny because I just want to say like RPG monster hunting game. It's like, yes, that is exactly what it is.
It's an RPG monster hunting game. Like, come on now. I guess technically Sea of Thieves is like action adventure, right?
Yeah, I love Sea of Thieves. It's action adventure. Like I say, like I can name a bunch of different games I like. Nailing down the genres, like I guess I could find certain patterns, but it's like I like a little bit of everything. I haven't played a racing game in God knows how long though.
I do like racing games. I just don't really like stick to them like that frequently. Like I'll definitely sit down and like play one and be like, oh, this is nice. But after having like I played through like Forza Horizon 2 when it was just free on like Xbox Gold, and I played the hell out of it because I was thinking like, you know, Forza Horizon 4, like I should definitely like play some of the previous games for that or something like. Oh, I think it was mainly like Horizon 3. I just never bought it. But, you know, 2 was here readily available, so I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and play through that. So I just played the hell out of that, and now I think maybe technically just got burnt out.
You get a little toasty?
A little toasty. But I will play through a bit, maybe just like a bit of like Horizon 5, because that looks really, really good.
Wait, the Forza games were always solid.
I think I'll definitely do it just for the visuals and see if I can grab anything from there as far as background stuff.
Understandable.
What was Soul saying here? Oh, and if you like third-person games, that is a bit intense. There is a game called Knockout City. Yeah, I know about that one. I was curious about it, but not all the way. It kind of reminds me of a better version, honestly, of Fortnite. Honestly, granted, that's kind of straying off from like the third-person shooter aspect of things, because it is just dodgeball at that point.
Yeah, Knockout City. I know the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I play third-person shooters. Like I've like Gears of War, a series that I'm very familiar with, and then
It's really nice.
I played Rogue Company. I've played Ghost Recon.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I've definitely dabbled in the genre. Like I've not dabbled, I should say. I've played a lot of games in the genre. Like I definitely am a fan of third-person games and third-person shooters. Like I can always get down with shooters. I always can. Justin has a harder time though.
Yeah, I have a harder time with that. All I can say is I'll just try to remain open-minded about them, especially with Battlefield 2042 coming out very soon.
So good.
And I'm like, oh, okay, this looks like a lot of like dumb fun. So let's do it.
Open beta is coming in a few days.
Watch me miss that shit.
I won't let you.
I won't let you. All of a sudden, my mouth started moving on its own. It's like
I'm just like, you want to play this.
Hovers over to the Steam icon. Is it on Steam? They select add to cart. Wait, what are you doing? Adds in personal information. How are you getting this information?
How are you doing this?
Clicks email confirmation. No. But yeah, so I mean that, and also Halo Infinite, like kind of just going into that one without really knowing too much about it. So it's just
I'm playing it right now.
It's just like it'll be just a buttload of stuff just like waiting at launch. I'm like, oh Jesus, okay.
It feels so good.
It feels so good. So good.
I'm playing it right now, and I still say it feels
so good.
So nice.
I got it. Anyway,
it's just the fact that this is releasing. It's Halo's 20th anniversary. That makes me feel old as shit hearing that.
Soul's also recommending a game called Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt. Oh, is that the wait? Is that the new one? Is that the new one, or is that like an older one?
I've heard of it.
Cause I know. No, wait. I think that was a Bethesda thing, right? Or no, it wasn't. Maybe Bethesda. I think.
Are you thinking of that other game?
I was thinking maybe the other game. Yeah. Oh, it is the new one? Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, I haven't really seen any gameplay, but to be honest, anything vampires, I'm not really interested in, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not really, like, big on vampires. Not, like, as a hate thing, it's just, just not interested.
Twilight ruined it for him?
Perhaps. As an outside, like, observer of people talking about how you have a fandom into this and other people like against it, I had to make my own like assumption, my own like observations, and just come to my own conclusion that it's probably not for me. Vampires going forward aren't probably not for me.
I mean, like when it comes to vampires, like I don't have any issues with vampires, but I think it's like it really just depends on the game itself.
That
how
also,
good it is.
I guess that as well. Like, it has to be something that like intrigues me too, because
plus there's like all kinds of games where there's vampires in them. Like, I mean, like Code Vein. Code Vein is a great game, and it involves vampire-esque type of things.
This is fair. It depends on like the approach of the game, so we'll see. You'll definitely have to keep me up to date on like anything about like that particular game, because I'll tend to just focus on the games I'm specifically interested in, even if it is even if it's like a genre of gaming that I'm not quite into. Like, for example, like I've been keeping a close eye out, especially since it just released recently, of that fighting game from Type Moon called Melty Blood.
I heard you talking about that. It's like, is this just a collaboration of Type Moon characters?
It is, yeah. Mainly from the Melty Blood series.
I was like, and there's only one Fate character?
There's only one like Fate Stay Night character that I even recognize. Only because
Saber.
yeah, because I only like watched like Fate Stay Night and then Fate Stay Night like on Limited Blade Works, and then I've never
I
really
still need to start the Fate series. I have not started the Fate series.
Mm-hmm. But
Like,
I
I
know
it's good, but I've also heard it is just the biggest pain in the ass to fucking watch, just because there's so much.
yeah.
And plus, not only that, it's like, where do you start? What's canon? What's this and that? Everything in Fate Stay Night is canon.
Oh my god.
They say, fuck, even some of the dojins are probably canon. I was like, damn.
Well, damn. I know.
Even the dojins.
Damn. Well, hold on.
When they say, you know what that means? That means even the fan-made porn is canon.
Damn.
That's what a dojin is. It's fan-made. Dojins don't just have to be porn, but that's the common thing you'll find in dojins is it's usually like fan-made hentai.
I think isn't Fate Stay Night like its own type of thing like that?
Fate Stay Night?
Yeah, like wasn't it supposed to be like fuck, I don't even know like how to even describe it, but I could have sworn like that was kind of the idea of what it was.
A hentai?
It was like maybe some kind of like fan fiction like of a of a hentai. I don't even know.
There's a lot of stuff with Fate. It's like Fate's a very, I'm just trying to think of the word. It's a very well-known franchise, especially in Japan. Japan really loves Fate. Like from what I've heard, Fate is huge there, especially. I mean, you'd expect it since it's a Japanese series. You'd expect obviously it's going to be huge there. But from what I've heard, they really love Fate.
So giving us the deets, it went from games to anime to hentai. Oh well, actually no, that's a kind of our transition. Personally, yeah, that's kind of how it is.
That's not even the worst we've ever done. If Gabe was here, fuck, we'd be somewhere else entirely.
Fuck, there'd be a no point of return.
Gabe is the king of tangents.
He is the absolute king, but don't worry, he's currently preoccupied, but he'll still come in here and like here and there. So just don't worry about it for now.
But I mean, we do play anime games.
This is fair. I know that. What was it? Was it Hinokami Chronicles?
Yeah, the Hinokami Chronicles, the Demon Slayer game.
Yeah, it's coming out. I think a week after Metroid, actually. Like the 15th or something like that.
Yeah,
I think,
it's gonna be like 15,
the 15th. 15 or 16. So we'll jump into that. I know it's kind of weird because like October is also like the spooky month, so I was like, oh okay, like for the stream we'll just play through I guess Alan Wake actually. I think that'd be great in tandem with Tales of Symphonia, but I'll definitely have to take some time to like revisit Naruto Storm 4, and then we'll try out like Hinokami Chronicles and see how that plays.
Because you want to do the comparison?
Not the comparison, just simply just like, well, I guess it would be technically speaking. I just wouldn't really like view it like that. It's just simply like, here's another Cyber Connect 2 game that has been out for like quite a long time, and just from franchise like I love growing up, and Demon Slayer is like kind of the new love, right? So for them to pick up this game with the level of finesse that they put into these games, it's going so far. So definitely just seeing how well it plays, and see if that will be like kind of a revival of the arena fighter for not just like Demon Slayer, but possibly other games out there too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm sure it's people are gonna buy it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, fuck, I'm thinking about buying it.
Me too.
Like it does. Like it looks like it'll be at least a fun game to play, either solo or at least with your homies.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty much what arena brawlers have become. Is like they're games more to play with your friends or by yourself, not really with the online competitive kind of sense. You can, but I don't feel like that's what they're made for anymore.
Honestly, like I'll just follow the words of wisdom system from Maximilian, dude. Like if you like the game, then that's good enough. But people who really enjoy the game will find it and make it competitive.
This is true.
And you know what? that one dude who did Naruto Storm 4 like content for the longest time, Afro Senju.
Oh, dude, Afro Senju.
I mean,
he's hilarious.
A quick aside, I did see him like watch like his take on the Boruto like animation for Naruto.
He's so hype in his videos, but if you just talk to him, actually, he is just like chill as fuck. He's like, bro, calm down. Like, you know, he's like, you're all hype. He's like, bro, calm down. But he's like, oh.
It's true. I mean, I get it. Like, I synergize with that because I was seeing Naruto fight and I was like, oh shit. That was so cool.
We're watching him play Shinobi Strikers. He's like, making my way downtown, walking fast, paces. He's like, hey, walking fast. Hope nobody eats my ass.
What?
Dude, he's so funny to watch play games.
Walking down the clock.
Walking down
the block with my Glock. Yo ass finna get shot. I was like, bruh.
Fucking love that song. It's so funny.
Sheesh.
The fucking hood parody.
I think.
Making my way to the hood, sipping this yak.
What?
It said, making my way to the hood, sipping this yak. I can't say that word.
Oh, that's true. This is true. Another thing I wanted to bring up, actually, just kind of bringing it back. It was something from Bloomberg. I don't think I need to like extrapolate on this one because it was immediately put down by some officials here on Twitter. So some verified accounts through Nintendo. As you probably guess, it was about like more ideas of a Switch Pro, and they immediately like cut that shit.
Yeah, they know the Steam Deck's got it covered.
It's true. Honestly, I still hold the same stance as that. Like, well, honestly, I've just gotten to a point where I understand like a Switch can like underperform versus the other consoles, but if it runs decent, like a fixed frame rate, then I'll be okay, unless it's like lower than like 30 frames. But then again, there's some exceptions there too, because Hyrule Warriors Age Calamity doesn't perform well, but still fun anyway.
Chugs.
It chugs. But
have you seen the Keith Crew? Like, you know his parodies?
no, I haven't.
Dude, he does a bunch of funny skits. Like, he did one how Nintendo reacted to the Steam Deck. It's the funniest shit.
Oh my god, send it to me.
Not a bet doing it right now.
Soul says I have that game and I haven't finished it. I definitely got that game and I did for streaming and I beat the game. I just hadn't really jumped into any of the additional DLC stuff that they've been pushing out so far. So I got some stuff to catch up on, like on that front. But I actually ended up liking it a lot, even if like I guess from face value the combat doesn't really seem as like deep and profound as Breath of the Wild, honestly. In the sense that it's literally just like repeating the same thing, having some access to different like combos and like tools and stuff like that, and it's literally just like a mission based type of game, but ended up having like a lot more depth to it as far as like the story, and you getting connected to like the old and also new characters. So I ended up giving a lot more respect than I could have possibly ever imagined myself, and so I mean I gotta give credit to them because it ended up being like really enjoyable. Going down here. Hyrule Castle. Yes. But yeah, so essentially, I guess to just kind of go over it like real quickly, the Bloomberg report was pretty much the idea that Nintendo was sending out, this is all reportedly, right? This is from like leaks from other people who didn't want to really be named. They were saying that Nintendo was sending these 4K kits to developers, some of what, like even one of them that wasn't even like, was a relatively like new, I guess, gaming company or something like that. And pretty much the idea was that they were going to test out like these games, and here's a 4K kit of it. So that kind of brought up the idea of a 4K Switch. But literally later that day, some official like from Nintendo, like on Twitter specifically, pretty much called it off, pretty much saying that like this is all wrong. We've never sent any of this kind of stuff out. Everything that's been stated from like this source is not redeemable in any sense. That's just me paraphrasing it. So, but here's the thing though, because we hear a lot of things from Bloomberg, but of course these are like sources given to Bloomberg. I mean, the whole OLED situation, the fact that there were like specifically like these like OLED screens from Samsung being like sent out around June or July or something like that for like a possibly new Switch thing. Granted, it also was coupled with the idea of like additional like graphical like outputs for like possible 4K. That was also part of the leaks there too, though separate. It's kind of hard though, because like there's some things that were right though about those leaks, and there was others that were wrong. So is this right or is this wrong? Well, then you look at this story now where it's like a legitimate source saying this is not right, like of course we're not doing this. Then you kind of lean towards like, oh well, I guess not.
I guess not.
So I wonder, like, whether it's true or not, what's the next leak? What's the most outrageous thing we're gonna possibly ever see?
What's up next?
And honest to goodness, I still think that Nintendo might try something like later down the line. But the thing is that they have the OLED version now out, and they probably wouldn't want to try to like squander any type of like profit from that by like announcing a new thing. Because the moment that like they say yes on like a Switch Pro type of thing, sales for OLED will drop. It will just drop. It will just drop.
Hit the fucking bottom.
But yeah. But that's like my perspective of it. It could just be something where like it won't be as bad. Maybe there'll be some justifications for getting different versions, like the Switch Lite, for example. But yeah, otherwise, it's just I personally would love a Switch Pro, but I'm also very satisfied with just like this.
Just get a Steam Deck.
Yeah, the day one. The weird thing about the Steam Deck is that like the Steam Deck is the one that plays every other game that isn't a Nintendo game per se.
I was getting ready to say you should really, really watch that right now then.
Mm-hmm.
Because it honestly just says what needs to be said.
Mm-hmm. Well, technically speaking, legally, it plays.
He's like, can they even play Pokemon on this? Can they play Pokemon on this crap? He said, sir, not legally, but yes.
They're not legal.
What about Zelda? Not legally, but yes. Metroid, Animal Crossing, you can keep listing off games. Not legally, but yes. I was just like, pretty much.
I don't think any official would ever say something like that, though. They'd be like, I mean, you said that. I didn't say anything.
I know, it's like Nintendo asking his assistant, like he's being Nintendo asking his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's a great video, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, so, I mean, technically speaking, like, the Steam Deck has the capabilities to, like, do that kind of stuff, but as far as just keeping it to Steam and PC games, unless, like, the game's available, like, on PC, like, I guess technically Monster Hunter Rise will have like a Steam version. So technically speaking, you can still play Monster Hunter Rise on the go. Still, which is going to be great, by the way. Otherwise, no. Yeah, the Steam Deck is more overseen as like a portable PC game than a Switch Pro in that sense.
It is legitimately a portable computer that can do anything a Switch Pro can do and more.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird because I'm not sure if you've seen any third-party people like trying to like make their own type of Steam Deck, like not to like the one.
There's tons of other companies that have been doing that for a while.
Yeah. So.
And once they saw the Steam Deck, they're like, we gotta up the ante on this. We gotta try harder.
Mm-hmm.
So they're encouraging it. Like, they're encouraging everyone to try and build these things, these like basically portable computers for gaming, and I think that's cool.
I think so too. And honestly, like I was thinking, like, well, the other two companies do this. Technically speaking, Xbox has already been doing that. Just, it's all streaming service.
Here's an xCloud. You can literally play it anywhere, anytime.
I think PlayStation also has the same thing too, right now.
They're trying to do that now with PlayStation Now.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not sure if it's that successful though. Honestly, like we're seeing like a change to like streaming games nowadays, and I mean, the tech is there. Like, I remember playing through, what was it, Celeste on my phone, just kind of seeing how that played out. And you can play
Scarlet
it on...
Nexus is on there now with touch controls.
Oh, that's crazy. That sounds so great. I should try that. See how that is. But, man, it's gonna be a weird transition to see all that. But knowing that, like, as far as like games being played directly like on the console, that definitely won't go away for sure. But having the options are really nice, especially from Xbox and xCloud. I think that's a really good thing that they were trying to do. Where
this holiday we'll be able to stream straight to the console.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm on a regular Xbox, if it's on Game Pass, I can just play it instantly. No download required.
Oh, okay, got you. I was like, wait, what do you mean? Ah, got you.
Same thing for Series X games. You can just play them through the cloud.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a crazy thing where it's like you buy a new TV and just has like an app for that, and it's like, okay, cool, and you just won't even need an actual physical console. You're actually just playing on the TV.
They took a way to take the Xbox brand without having to outdate consoles or anything. They took it and they made it just a brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so crazy.
It's connected. It's just all connected to one thing. It truly is the one.
I'd love to see like some behind the scenes on like how that like what's that even look like.
Just a giant server room.
The giant server room. You're not gonna see an actual like physical Xbox like series somewhere, but it's in here.
It's just a skyscraper-sized Series X.
You're in New York and you're like, hey, what's that? What's that there?
If you peel back a layer of the Empire State Building, you'll see it's actually an Xbox.
It's also cake. Don't try to cut it.
It's also cake. Do not eat.
Anyone play VR full body movements such as like running and jumping as Soul? I have not. I don't have that type of...
I would like to, but I don't own a VR.
Yeah, me neither. Honestly, I'd probably be one of the last to pick that up because I kind of want it to be kind of like super perfected so that like there's an easy way for you to connect that type of footage onto like, especially with the wireless ones. I know the Oculus Quest 2 recently came out, right? And that's just a cool like personal gaming experience, but I'd love to be able to share that type of gameplay. But as far as how you connect like the gameplay to like some other like thing on your computer, I don't think we've come across that yet. Everything's all wired in.
Just screen record.
Could you like? But
yeah.
Well, can you?
Yeah.
Wait, how though? Does
Not only that,
Oculus...
it's also like, how do you capture a game when you play it on PC? You just capture the game window.
Yeah, but like with the Oculus, but like with the Oculus, like that's its own like thing, right? Like
there's Steam VR.
Oh, this is Steam. Okay, all right.
You're like, wait a minute, I get it now.
I see. So if
my friends will stream their VR games all the time on fucking Discord.
Okay, I see. Okay, that all right.
I watched them competing in VR cooking the other night.
That sounds great, actually. So I mean, I might consider it now that I have like that additional knowledge for it. It's like, okay,
they're throwing plates at each other to mix each other up. There's like, yeet.
But yeah, God, it's so revolutionary. This looks at my old like, and it was my one-off type of camera rig for like 3DS games, and you know I might try to look into that a little bit more depending on if I ever want to do more coverage on that later. It'd be fun if I do like more Pokemon content like that. See if I can actually like do a legitimate Nuzlocke run instead of whatever the fuck I did last time.
Wait, did you actually not follow the Nuzlocke rules?
Unfortunately, there was a lot of it where it's like, all right, let's make an exception here because, like, for God's sakes, if we try to go back on it, it'd suck. I know that, like, for example,
That's the point of a Nuzlocke.
That is the point of a Nuzlocke. There were two specific, like, situations where, like, I ended up, like, bending the rules. One of them was unknowingly. One of them was definitely it was that one Pokemon that runs and escapes, like, on the beach in Pokemon Moon. And technically speaking, like if it runs away from you, that's the encounter. You can't go back for it. But I was so intent on getting this one. I caught it, and then I retroactively realized this, and then from future episodes going forward, I was like, all right, we just kind of like let that guy just like sit in the box, and we're not gonna use him. The other one was the Elite Four, because good lord, our legendary that we caught, that we were bringing into the league with us, lost on the first rival battle.
Lunala lost on the first one.
Yes. And we were like, good lord, dude, we can't do this like this.
Did you take type advantages into this fucking fight, or did you just
We did.
legendary?
We did. It was the type advantage. But you know how some like CPUs can be, or yeah, like some computer like AI will work with this. They'll have like they'll have a different move like in their set.
That specific move meant to fuck you.
That specific move meant to one hit KO you. It was terrible. It was like,
They really do be that way sometimes.
but I would like to go back and do like some traditional ones. It's just that like I would really like to try.
Start with Sword and Shield. It'd be super easy.
Sword and Shield would probably be like an easy like Nuzlocke to run. Yeah.
Especially because you can see.
It's I actually see the death.
No, because you can see what you're trying to catch because they come above ground.
That's true. Oh yeah, that is true.
They're like, oh, we're walking around in the world.
It also comes with its own like weird like rule sets when you do Nuzlocke runs that way, because it's specifically on like the wild encounters. But if you could see them, you can encounter them. But there's also times where you'll just run to the grass. So it definitely is one of the things to plan out first before you do
Make
it.
sure you have your repels ready.
Also, Kaz is in the chat. Hello.
Unless you're like me, that one time where I was riding through my bike, I went so fast the Snorlax decided to spawn. It was like the size of my big toe when I hit it. I was like, a toe.
Wait,
A big toe.
hold on. I remember that like was there like an indie game that was coming out that like played just like Pokemon? And I'm not talking about whatever the fuck that other Pokemon-esque game was. I'm not even talking about that one.
Temtem?
No, not that one. I guess I'll have to like. I don't even know if that.
I'm fairly certain you're talking about Zexamon.
No, because it's coming out like soon. I just don't remember what it was. All right. It's definitely not Temtem.
Well, yeah, Temtem was a while ago. But I'm
Yeah.
fairly sure you're talking about Nexamon.
How do you spell that one?
Nexomon.
MON. Let me just see screenshots of it. No, not that one. It was more pixelated. Damn, dude. Like I saw this like it was the completionist is like Indie Fest or whatever they called it, and it was just something that just ran as an ad just real quick, and I was like, damn, what was it? Maybe I can just like look that up, or may I yeah, just save everyone else time. I won't like really dig into it until later. But what was Soul saying before we go into the next topic or / wrap? He says, wow, I kind of underestimated VR. I thought VR games were very limited to like 5 or 6 games, but now I'm looking at like other games. They have their own VR versions. It's amazing.
And there's also there is Skyrim VR.
There's Skyrim. Oh my god, that was the funniest thing when someone like took the instrument and like whacked the crab with it.
Oh shit! Ding 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 ding. Bling ding 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 ding.
They also have like Resident Evil VR.
That'd be great.
The 4th one. I think they're still developing that one, but that's crazy to look at. The fact
There's
is,
also Fallout VR.
oh shit, the tech is like getting better though. That's
It's
for
actually
sure.
a lot better.
Trying to see like what was. Oh yeah, my topics. It was over here. I think I technically had like one last thing to like bring up, and that was just like the updates on Twitch about like the whole, what was it, National Music Publishers Association thing.
We already put up everything we had to say about that.
There was one last thing that they sent an update for, and it was that they partnered up with a major one called like Warner Music Group. So it's WMG.
The Warner Brothers Music Group?
Without the brothers, but yes.
I'm pretty sure if it's Warner, it involves Warner Brothers.
Probably, but essentially, again, it's same thing as far as like giving little to no detail. They were just saying that it'll just give the Twitch community like opportunities to like interact with music related content, mainly in the side or the realm of it accidentally like feeding into your stream without like you fully consenting to just having like copyright music happen like on like your stream.
It is one of the big 3 recording companies and the 3rd largest in the global music industry after Universal Music Group and Sony Music Entertainment.
Well, there you go then. It's quite kind of big. They also said like in some vague terms that this will also help artists connect with fans as well. So I'm really curious as to
please let me play your music. Please.
Bring back karaoke.
Please.
Holy shit, they really did. Chris, I would be so happy.
I'm tired of getting nuked.
I'm tired of getting nuked.
My stream gets nuked just for like a second of music.
That's for sure. Well, sorry. So I was saying like technology is getting like hella advanced for video games. Did you know that there's a suit for VR where you get hurt? Suit. Oh yeah, you get hurt. You feel the pain or something like that touching you. I think I may have heard I saw like
the suit thing for Phasmophobia. And I've heard of the suit for like a full body capture suit for like VTubers, but I don't know about the pain thing.
Yeah, I think I may have seen a headline where it's like it was like the Sword Art equivalent, like we're gonna have like a nerve gear type of situation. And I was like, don't do it. You know that
like, we were warned. We were warned.
The warning was illustrated and it was like 12 to 25 episodes ongoing. Don't do it. It's not gonna end well. But yeah, I may have seen like a headline just like that and I was like, this is not a good thing. But I mean,
you can buy these. I'm looking at, you can buy these for like $200.
The Oculus stuff,
the bodysuit.
Oh, the bodysuit. Oh no.
Yeah, the full VR suit for like $200.
A full VR suit. Sheesh, dude. Well, actually, I'm kind of technically like interested. Let me see.
There's also like there's the Rebuff Reality.
Oh no. Rebuff Reality. Oh my god. Well,
8-hour full body tracking.
I'd probably try something like the Oculus Quest, like first and foremost. Or if there's another alternative. Listen, I just want to play Beat Saber again. It's so much fun. Do you have Discord? We do, yes. Should be exclamation point Discord.
One of us. One of us.
I should also put an exclamation point merch as well for the shirt. Which, yeah, there we go. Is there a link? Soul says F.
A haptic suit is what it's called.
That makes sense, actually. The PlayStation haptic suit. It's like having a PlayStation like DualSense, but all around you.
They legit look like they're getting ready to get put in Spartan armor.
Okay.
Like you know the black underclothes they wear, then they get the Spartan armor on. It's exactly what it looks like.
I see. Well, thanks for bringing that up, Soul, as far as like your experience trying to use the command. I'll have to double check on that again. Because it's been a while. It should have been set up the way it should have been set up like that, so I'll double check in that.
Holy shit, that's tight.
What are you looking at?
I'll show you.
Bokeh? Bokeh?
Bokeh?
Monkey?
Okay.
Mark, return to monkey.
Return to monkey. It's a fucking HTC Vive platform.
Excuse me?
You heard me right.
Wait, I'm sorry. I when I hear HTC, I immediately think of the phone.
Well, that's because they also the HTC Vive, like that is a VR.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's a whole platform. I was like, I'm sorry, what? You can buy one of those?
Ah, there we go. Oh, good lord, it's expensive.
But it's so cool.
It's so cool though. Ah, man, dude.
I always say, like, if you want to do VR the best you can, you need that. They do have these stations that where as you walk, it's like this thing on the bottom that'll track your movement. You'll stay in place as you walk.
See, that would be super nice. I think I can
That's-
have like a room kitted for that, but yeah.
Yeah, you need a dedicated room for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a VR room.
A VR room.
Yeah, that or just have a big room and have enough space for it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So I got my things to do. I'm gonna have to check out Nightbot and see what's going on. Probably add in little merch sets. What else was I gonna plan on doing?
Yo.
Probably upload something. Probably more Miles Morales. Well, yeah. Otherwise, I think other than the stream later tonight, I think we're pretty much good. Anything? Last things you want to say, Mark?
Look at that shit.
I was gonna say, why is I don't see Discord?
I said, yo.
What the hell? Oh my god! What the?
The VR mech simulator. I was like, yo. That's sick.
Oh my god!
That looks fun.
Oh my god!
Dude, the ones they have in Japan at the arcades are so fucking cool. Like the mech games that have like the actual cockpit and everything.
But good lord, is it about $60,000?
That's what I'm saying, man. They're so fucking cool, but it's only if you really got the money to spend on it.
This is true. Looks like futuristic DDR. Futuristic DDR. I mean, I guess we got hands to DDR machines. Like they already knew what was up.
Rhythm games make a comeback one day.
Mm-hmm. They'll come back.
Guitar Hero and Rock Band, they'll be back someday.
Mm-hmm. If it wasn't Guitar Hero, what would you want as a rhythm game?
That's a hard one, because, like, I guess if we could get a mainstay version of Osu, like, Osu's the rhythm game everyone plays now. But like, it's just like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. We've always known them to be the mainstays of the rhythm games.
This is true. Yeah.
But if they could make one that incorporates all genres, that'd be cool.
Honestly, yeah, like one that just includes more instruments would be kind of cool too. I'm not sure how you do it, but
Can I play the triangle?
the triangle.
It just has one button. Ding.
Nah, it has like all three sides. You gotta, and the outside too. But you also have the outside rings. It's technically 6 inputs.
Through the Fire and Flame expert mode, triangle only. On a cold morning, time to hold the light.
There's a VR version of Osu.
Is there? That's cool.
Damn, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Wouldn't that technically be Beat Saber? Because Beat Saber is technically a rhythm game.
I guess it depends on how you present like all of that, I suppose.
It's a rhythm game that you can cheese very easily.
I guess I guess it just really is just a 3D like space, but you just see like the buttons just like kind of pop up. I guess that's it.
Yeah,
But it's like
you
all
just smack
around.
'em.
Actually, that'd be cool. Like if it's actually something that it happens like all around you instead of just like one like fixed area. Although that could probably cause motion sickness, so maybe not. It's like
Oh, God.
Got hit for. Bleh.
I heard Star Wars Squadrons is amazing in VR.
That sounds so much fun. So much fun.
Dude, people who've tried it say it's so fucking good. Like, I have Squadrons, but I don't have a VR. But I've heard
Right.
VR, it's so fucking sick.
Is that only? Excuse me. I'm getting to that point in the podcast. Is that only PlayStation though?
No, it's on PC too. Like, there's like, in terms of VR, like, you doing the PlayStation VR, you doing the PC VR. My friend played it with his Oculus.
VR Star Wars Battlefront. This is actually kind of cool.
That'd be tight.
Yeah. All right. I think with my voice like being chipped away, I think it is finally time to call. So yeah, it's been a good talk. Just happy to share a little bit of news of JRPG stuff, as well as see, like, honestly, the VR talk was kind of like surprising on my end. Again, Star Wars Visions is great. Definitely give it the recommendation, like, if you guys have caught up with all the Star Wars stuff and just want to see a what if type of scenario. What else is there? Happy to see some additional, like, Monster Hunter content coming in. Nickelodeon, like, All-Star Brawl looks really good, actually.
Oh, it really, really does.
Keep a lookout for Miles Morales episodes, like, on youtube.com/DangIT Pro. You should be able to access the Twitch panel or on YouTube link tree description for the merch. But we got the Dang Gang shirt. And more shirt ideas and concepts will be available in the near future. But I will let you guys know in the future. Yeah. All right. We'll go ahead and call it here. Thank you, Soul, for joining, both here on stream, but also on Discord as well. Shouts to Kaz, who was also jumping in on the chat earlier. And
Appreciate you all.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and call it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next stream will be happening later tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific time, where we got some more Tales of Symphonia. I feel like we're getting a little bit closer to the end, although it's kind of weird because it's kind of like an open world, and you just choose to go wherever you need to go. So far,
You just gotta know where to go.
just gotta know where to go. I was waiting for you at the door.
I was waiting for you at the door.
But yeah, all right, that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream. #bye, everyone.
Buddy up.